How do you persuade President Obama's senior advisors to change their minds? Lisa Galopter, the new Chief Digital Services Officer at the U.S. Department of Education, knew that pushing back against the West Wing wasn't going to be easy. As a former product and engineering executive at BET Networks, Hulu, and NBC, Lisa had a lot of experience building compelling digital products, and she knew that to be successful at her mission, she would need to understand the behavior of people not usually represented in the West Wing, students. Lisa and her team were building the College Scorecard, a second-term addition to President Obama's array of initiatives aimed at decreasing the cost of college, like increasing Pell Grants and making financial aid forms easier to use. The president was rankled by the fact that the country's most popular college ranking system, published by U.S. News and World Report, values what he considered to be the wrong things, like selectivity. The fewer students an institution accepts, the higher the ranking, and facilities, creating incentives to build new climbing walls and gyms rather than invest in instructor training. President Obama wanted a scorecard that would compete with it, but one that would give students and their families the same kind of value for your money information that you can find when you are buying, say, a new car or a new refrigerator. Colleges with low graduation rates or whose graduates didn't earn enough to repay their loans would have to disclose that information, presumably causing students looking for good value to give other, higher-performing schools a second look. It turns out that using the federal government to rank 7,000 post-secondary institutions is trickier than it seems. How do you score the value of degrees from seminaries that are training clergy members who will never seek to earn much money? What about liberal arts degrees, which may ripen into lucrative careers over time, but not at first? What about schools that are serving students from marginalized areas with low-performing high schools? Rather than rank schools against each other, President Obama focused his team on presenting data that would allow students and their families to be better informed consumers. The College Scorecard, as the initiative became known, is both an official U.S. government website for students to learn about college costs and an effort to make the raw data available to the companies and nonprofits that help Americans with college choice, including other ranking systems. Arguably, getting the data into the hands of thousands of companies, nonprofits, and college counseling services could reach more people than an official government website alone. But the website was something that the president and senior West Wing officials could tangibly understand and make suggestions about. The original website was launched in February 2013 as part of President Obama's State of the Union speech, and it was a big flop. According to the New York Times in 2013, some of the data in the new scorecard is a few years old, and most of it has been available from other sources, notably the federal government's own College Navigator site. Further, the information is presented as averages and medians that might have little relevance to individual families. The scorecard does connect to each institution's net price calculator, which allows individualized cost estimates, but it does not provide side-by-side comparisons of multiple schools, as other government sites do.